You're on, brother.
No, he's not.
Short, fat, Otaku. Are you in there?
Hold on just a second if you don't mind.
Oh, I mind, dog.
No, I'm adjusting my mic. Give me a second. I'll grab some
Okay.
water too. It'll be about a minute if you don't mind.
That sounds like a Canadian. Canadian.
I am very Canadian, yes. Okay, I'll be back in a second.
I pinned you in 3 words, dog. No, go ahead. Do your thing. Hey, while he's getting his Canadian water, how you feeling, man? You good? Everything else is good?
Yeah,
All
bro.
right, just checking a little health and wellness check. Feeling good?
Yeah. I'm making a link.
What does that mean?
Boink. There we go. Little linky poo on the twat machine. Yeah, no, doing good, bro. Doing good. Let me get this overlay out of here. There we go. Beautiful.
Do you still play games?
I do play games. I play sports games because I'm a dirty fucking white jock.
Here we go again, man. My mustache, bro.
I feel like you
We should
only
be
trim it on
growing-
Sundays.
Bro, it might be the day, bro. It's like weeds. It grows so fast.
That was good. I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, it looks good, but it's just too much. I gotta trim that.
Yeah, why was he talking? Why do you want to get on this call if he wasn't ready for it? I don't understand.
He's getting Canadian water, bro. You know how
Get
hard
the
that
water
shit is?
before then. I don't know. Plus, how much
It's,
time do we have for you? You said you had to leave at some point.
I got about 30 minutes.
30 minutes? All right.
About 30 minutes, bro. About 30 minutes, dog.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's unforgivable, fam. Honestly.
Shit.
All right, man. State your case, bro.
Are we only talking about the rights, basically? Is that it?
Talk about whatever you want. I don't care.
Okay, yeah.
But
So
yeah, that'd be ideal.
well, Jake, I did watch some of your video on me. I
Yeah.
mean, it's pretty long. I couldn't watch it all. Sorry.
It was.
It's quite long. I did watch some of it though. I do not agree with Sargon consistently. I want to point out.
Agreeing,
he's my friend.
I know he's your friend. You play D&D with
Yeah.
him. It's very cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
It's a Nazi LARPing D&D group. Anyway.
Yeah. It's vampire, and we're playing Nazis. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa,
I do
you
like
was
to
serious?
role play as.
Yeah, I was.
I role play as those.
I was
Hold on,
dead
hear me out.
serious.
Hear me out.
I
I role play as those things that I am not, so I can understand them.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Hold on, real quick.
How better to understand being a Nazi than hanging out with other Nazis?
Hold on. What Nazis though?
You don't think
Sargon's not a Nazi.
Wait. Arch is definitely a Nazi.
Maybe. I mean, I don't think so. But
Talk about. Because I'm new. I have no idea what none of y'all are
his
talking
friend,
about.
he has a lot of Nazi friends.
You're in a game
Yeah.
where you're playing a Nazi.
Yeah.
yes. So the point of the game
Oh my
is
God.
that it's. I can explain it to you. Like you know what Nazi exploitation films are, right?
No.
No? Okay, so there was a genre of films back in the 1960s, and the idea was to portray Nazis as these ridiculous, over-the-top villains. And it kind of came out of blaxploitation, that type of film genre.
You said over the top villains.
Yeah, make them even crazier than they were in real life. Like if you look up Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS, like it's a hilariously bad movie. But we're basically playing that combined with Wolfenstein. So there's werewolves and there's vampires and there's robots. There's Mecha Hitler. Like it's crazy shit like that. Yeah. But the film genre is called Nazi exploitation.
Yo, okay.
So agreeing with Sargon at any point is just stupid, in my opinion. Toss that out there.
So just from a layman's point of view, from a Negro from the ghetto in America, that sounds fucking crazy, fam. You're role playing Nazis.
Yeah.
Wild. Anyway, go ahead, man.
Like the craziness is the point of it. Yes. Like Like,
I've wa-
I am
I
man.
watched-
I'm
I
not.
watched-
I'm not a Nazi in real life. All right.
Got you.
Yeah.
Neither am I.
Thank you. Good. I think we can all say that the Nazis are evil, obviously, right?
Oh yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
would never role play in a game. But go ahead, man. Go ahead. What you think?
So wait, like if you play like Red Alert or something, you never play as the Nazi
the same.
side.
Not
No?
the same. I don't know what Red Alert is, but not the same.
It's like an over the.
It's not a
what
role
is it?
playing game, is it?
No, it's not a role playing game. No, it's
Oh,
like
that's
yeah,
strange.
but
That's totally different, isn't it?
yeah. Or if you're playing like Call of Duty, and,
Oh,
and
I
you,
can't
and
believe you
control,
play
like, a Nazi
black and
character.
checkers.
Hold
Like,
on.
oh, okay.
If you that's funny as fuck. You said if you play Call of Duty, what?
Well, I think in Call of Duty,
Who do you think the bad guys are?
Again, not a
You-
role,
you-
not
no,
a
no,
role playing
it-
game, but you know,
in one of the earlier Call of Duties, you played
in a
as Nazis
totally
too,
different
so-
game.
yeah.
If you played a totally different game that's different and not the same, then yeah, I guess you played a Nazi.
Yeah,
before. There you go.
you're definitely made. But anyway, I don't want to get hung up on your Nazi.
Me
role-playing
either.
game. I just thought it was fucking hilarious because holy shit, I've never even heard of that before. But
Yep.
go ahead.
Well,
Talk
yeah,
about
that's why though. Yeah.
Right,
But anyway, no,
Talk about-
like regarding Sargon, like I argue with this guy all the time. We do not agree. I wouldn't consider him a fascist. He's like a conservative. He doesn't want to call himself a conservative though.
I would
actually, but
100%
he's a
consider
conservative.
him a fascist.
Really?
So-
How come?
Well, because of his authoritarian. So his authoritarian slant on a bunch of things, including but not limited to, like the duty of a woman is to become a wife and a mother. Like that's fash as fuck, dude.
And okay, here's the thing with that, because I disagree with him, and I've had
What
very
the-
long conversations about why I disagree with him on that. But whenever I talk to him about it, and it's always in private because he never likes to do this kind of thing in public. But whenever I talk to him about
Done in
it, it always
public
comes
with
down to. Oh, you want me to set it up with you? Like,
I've
you want to talk to
I've
him?
already talked to him in public about it. He was on with
Oh,
V.
have you?
He was on with V
Oh,
at
okay.
the same time. Yeah.
Cool. But anyway, he always says something along the lines of, "Well, it is everyone's duty to reproduce, not just women." I'm like, okay, well, you could probably say that, and then we
Still
get into it,
fash.
and then then he says that like duty is not the same word as responsibility. Duty
Yeah.
is something that you should do. Responsibility is something that you have to do. And it's like, well, okay, I kind of get it.
No.
And then
No, he made that shit up. That's made up.
He frames them as strong moral oughts. And he
yes.
considers okay, a moral ought would be considered something much stronger than oh, maybe you should fuck around with that. No, it considers it a moral imperative to do the action. Otherwise, what's the opposite of moral? Immoral. So he considers women that aren't mothers to be immoral. I mean, it's literally just the logical progression of his stances. He is if he's not a fascist, he's whatever comes right before walking through the fascism door. Like he's
Possibly.
right there,
But
dude.
like, I think he is definitely someone who is on the right on the right section of conservative. Yes. He's yeah. That's
I
right.
mean, he literally took the. He's authoritarian. He's not as authoritarian as like a John Doyle, but like, I mean, John Doyle wants to ban porn
Well,
and
at the same
force
time, though, like,
religion. Like very different.
I think there's definitely a difference between saying that someone should do something and then demanding that they do. You know, like they're
Well,
different.
I mean,
you know?
I mean, prescribing a moral ought, it might as well be the same thing.
I don't think so. If it does not have
If
if
you-
it does not have state force behind it, then no, I don't think so.
in your idealistic world, that's how it should be.
So in his idealistic world, the state would agree with him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
It
about
ha-
that. I don't
it
think
has
so.
to-
I mean,
So
Yes, it
in
has to-
his idealistic world, he doesn't
hold on.
want the state to agree with his stances? Is that what you're
Um,
saying to me?
what I'm
Sargon
saying.
is
Like,
advocating for
Hold on,
states
hold
to
on, come on.
disagree with him?
come on, let's.
I should,
let's
you know,
be
how
civil,
about it?
okay?
How about it? He didn't say anything. He just interrupted you. But here, how about this? I'll play moderator for this section. Of it, all right.
Okay.
We only
All right,
gonna be
have,
sounds
we
good.
very-
only
I'm-
have 27 minutes. Are you sure?
I'm gonna be very
Oh, I'm
unbiased.
sorry for taking. I'm sorry for taking up your time, man. You're 27
I
minutes.
mean, we here to talk. You're talking.
All right,
But-
all right, sounds good. But yeah, so yes, like when I first heard Sargon's take on this, I actually believed the exact same thing that you did. Then I asked him, and he said, "No, even though I believe this, I don't want the state to do it. I want the state to stay out of it completely." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And for him, there is definitely a difference between what the state should be enforcing on the people and what people should believe themselves.
So, but that would be what people enforce on other people.
Do
Just
you mean
because-
like through social pressures and that kind of thing?
Okay, so so if you live in a world
When you-
where it's okay, let's say everyone is what I consider Sargon to be is a very fascist adjacent authoritarian conservative, okay? If everyone he wants everyone to socially be that. That would be his ideal world, as everyone socially tends to, or the majority agrees with him. Regardless of whether or not that is state-sponsored, it quickly becomes state-sponsored because states are people. There's no way around the idea that your belief system, if it becomes popular, it ends up being a state-enforced policy, at which case Sargon turns heel on himself and starts disagreeing with values he held yesterday because people are voted into office that agree with him? You really think that that's how Sargon would react? He literally advocated for Donald Trump this entire time because Donald Trump agrees with authoritarian aspects of Sargon's belief system. You can't possibly sit there and tell me that Sargon advocates openly for these political positions without the desire for the state to adopt them at some point. And if you do think that, you are absolutely more gullible than I thought, and you give way too much credence to what Sargon says out of his mouth rather than following his fucking actions. It's absolutely incredible.
Well, on the one hand, that is exactly what Sargon says. Yes, what you have just described is what he says.
Of course, but it's entirely
Hold on.
Hold on. Let him finish. Let him finish.
On the other hand, your objection is why I don't agree with him.
So you agree with Jake?
So you agree with
Yes.
me, and now you... Okay. 5 minutes ago, you disagreed with me.
Well, no, I didn't disagree with you. I don't think he's fascist, but I think he's wrong about this issue, obviously.
Not even just this issue. He's wrong about a bunch of different issues.
Yeah. How about this? Y'all save the
Sargon?
Because I don't know enough about Sargon. Like, I just know he's some British dude that says
Where's
stupid
my
racist
body
sometimes.
double?
Y'all save that for when y'all talk. How about you talk about the shit that you was talking about?
If you want to talk about like what I actually believe, that's fine. Like I am friends with people of many different political persuasions. You know, so I don't
Sargon.
Like I'm friends with people on the left and friends with people on the right. But I disagree with them all the time.
Every time you categorize any lefty belief, it seems like you're arguing with people that don't exist. For the record,
how do you mean?
Well, I mean, like it just like you start arguing, and it's like, well, that's not what I believe. Why are you saying these words?
Do you have a specific example?
Well, let's go with the rights thing.
Yeah, that's
just so we don't go off kilter. Let's go off the rights thing.
Oh, you want to talk about the rights thing? Okay,
your premise is that what?
My premise is fundamentally the Lockean perspective of rights. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
But yes, I am a liberal. Yes.
John Locke.
But here's the thing: I'm not like a neoliberal. I don't like Nancy Pelosi just as much as you guys. You know, I do not think America is good in its current incarnation by any stretch of the imagination. There are serious problems, obviously. There's serious problems in my own country too. You know, I don't think my ideal politician even exists, frankly. But in terms of rights, yeah, I do believe that rights are things, like we're talking natural rights right now, okay? They're things that you can, if you can do them in a vacuum, then those are what rights are. So
what does that mean? Expound on that. So, do them in a vacuum.
Yeah, so the example I often use is when talking about this sort of thing, is I think it's called the island economy experiment. It's somewhat related to that idea anyway. The idea is that if you're placed on an island, a desert island, and the island has enough food for you to survive on, anything that you can do on that island is a right. And you're by yourself, okay? So you can speak. You can say anything you want because no one's there to stop you. You know, the nature of reality, the fabric of reality doesn't come in and prevent you from speaking. You can say whatever you want.
But that's not how anything's structured, so it's irrelevant.
No, but we're talking about philosophy.
Let him finish this.
I mean, do you have to? Okay, I guess. I just know where it goes. So.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you've heard this before, but I'm just explaining my position, what I actually believe. So yeah, if you can go out onto the island and work and collect food, well, then you have the right to work and you have the right to the fruits of that labor. You don't have the right to have food brought to you, but you have the right to go and get it. Because the island is unclaimed property. So
you're saying,
does someone have a right?
Regardless of anybody, any other sentient being on that island.
Okay.
No.
Your right. Yeah. So your rights supersede all animal rights.
Okay.
You agree with that, right?
Animal, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So
They're not.
So you
sapient
don't have
beings,
the
you know?
right.
Gotcha.
You don't have the
Animals
right
are-
to self-defense because you can't defend yourself from nothing.
Well, if an animal attacked you, that would be the right to self-defense because
But
you're
you
defending
just-
yourself.
With what? So you can defend yourself against animals.
Yeah.
That's not self-defense. That's not what we talk about
Sure
when we
it
mean
is.
self-defense. No one's,
Okay.
No
Well,
one
here's the thing.
no one debates whether or not you can fight a bear to defend your life.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, but there's
But I
talking
mean,
about other people. So
the
you,
thing is,
you have
as soon
do you
as-
have a right to a gun?
Well, hold on. Hear me out, because
No, I don't. Hold on, I'm asking. These are we're testing the limits of your foundation here. So
Yes.
I don't have to
So
hold on.
the-
Just answer the like.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll answer it then. Yeah.
Okay.
So there is there's like a second order of rights here that are derived rights, and those are when you actually add other people to the island. So the idea is that when one person has the right to speak, they have the right of free speech. That means that the other person has the responsibility not to censor them. When one person has the right to the fruits of their own labor, that means the other person has the responsibility not to steal it.
That's
from them.
not how
I know,
rights work.
I know.
Time
Yes,
out,
it
time
is.
out. Well, hold on.
Yes, it is.
From
could
my estimation of what you're saying,
Mhm.
you're creating a framework.
Yeah.
Like you're creating this world and you're making the rules for it, saying it's natural. You have to qualify you saying it's natural with something tangible, or else you're just making it up just like we're making our rights up.
But it's because it's what you can do on your own.
But you can do anything on your own. That
Mhm.
doesn't make any sense. You're not qualifying with anything tangible other than what you say or what you feel, which is the exact same thing as legislation. We all feel this is what should happen, so that's what happens. That's what a right is.
Well, yeah, but there's a fundamental difference between, like, if you're on your own doing something, and then if a bunch of people come together and decide to impose their will on other people. Like, those are two different things.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No,
They're
they're
very
not.
different
I'll tell you why. You're qualifying your right to live over an animal's right to live, right?
I heard the vegan part. I'm not a vegan. Sorry, but
I'm not a vegan either.
okay.
But what I'm saying is you're qualifying your right to live with nothing other than, well, that's just how you feel.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're setting up a moral compass, a moral atmosphere in which you are the barometer, and anything outside of that you disagree with. That's exactly what rights are. You're describing how we go about ascribing rights to human beings and for human beings. You're not qualifying.
I am getting there. Yeah, like
Okay,
when it
please,
comes to like you mentioned self-defense. Like when you add a second person to the mix, there is this idea that they should not interfere with each other without both of their consent, and so
Why?
that is where self-defense
But
comes
why?
in.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, and I know this is something that we disagree on. We disagree on this as well, because there is still an objective morality at play.
What's the objective? Morality?
Yes, objective morality.
You're an objective.
Yes, objective morality. I do believe in objective morality. Yes.
Oh, well, okay. There, we just started there.
Oh, well, sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
go
that
ahead.
was clear. No.
Go ahead.
No, I
what
agree with
is the
objective morality.
objective? What is the objective morality?
So, it's my belief that if you have a bunch of different cultures with a bunch of different
Wait, hold on. Before we go
moral
there,
sets.
let's stay on
Okay.
the island. Let's stay on the island, because when you start doing that, there's too many variables to parse out. So there's a guy on the island. Another guy comes on the island.
Mhm.
Okay. The first guy set up a little hut. The second guy says, "I want that space that you're living in." They both have claim to that land. How do you adjudicate?
Hold on. Why do they both have a claim to that land?
Why do they not?
Why do they not?
How do they not?
How do they not? Okay. So, what
Squat-
property
first?
is
Squatters'
Hold on.
rights? I don't.
No. What property is in the Lockean conception is
Oh.
labor mixed with nature. So I know you don't like Locke, but still, that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
The idea is that if there's unclaimed properties, like stuff that's just of nature, if you labor on it, it becomes yours because you own
You're a
the fruits of your
communist.
labor.
But why? Though?
That's immediately communism. You're done.
No. It's not,
If you provide labor towards something, you own it.
yes, but
Brothers,
agree.
Hold on,
That's
hold on.
communism.
Time out. If you go down that road, and if you agree on that premise,
If you agree on that premise, you're a fucking Marxist.
Hold on. No, I'm not. Because you also have the right to sell your labor.
Yeah.
That is literally cognitive dissonance.
That's
literally
wow.
what that is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
How is it not?
How is it? What do you mean? How is it not? Like, okay,
I don't know how else to say that. How is it not?
Here,
How
let me
is
put
it
this
not
way.
cognitive dissonance?
If you the example that Locke uses is if you're walking through a forest and you pick up an acorn, the action of picking it up is the labor, and the acorn is the piece of nature, and so the acorn becomes your property. Now you can choose to trade that acorn for somebody else's acorn, and it's just a straight trade across.
Okay.
Well, that isn't communism, because things aren't collectively owned in this sense. You own your acorn, he owns his, and you can trade them.
That's what socialism is you produce labor, right?
Mhm.
And then you have a claim. You own the means of production. That's literally what socialism is.
But the worker does not own the means of production just by working
In
with them.
socialism, yes, that's the definition. Look up socialism. Literally the definition.
Yeah, I know, but but that's why socialism is wrong. No, seriously, because
Hold on, it's right. It's right if you're on an island, but if you do it, but if you do it, hold on, if you do it in a communal sense, then it's not okay.
No. Let me explain it to you. Okay, here.
That's wild.
No, hold on. I can explain this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If I build a hammer,
Okay.
if I build it using my own labor, that hammer becomes my property because I built it out of nature. Now, if I
hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. I just want you to understand something.
Mhm.
That leap you just made, you're not justifying it or qualifying it with anything other than because I said so. I just want to let you know that. Go ahead.
Okay, so are you arguing that people don't have the right to their own labor?
What I'm saying, you can't. There's no such thing as ownership. It's just an agreed upon plane that we've all just accepted. There's no, you don't own. When you die, that shit goes right back to the earth, and whoever picks up the hammer after you die, it's theirs now, I guess, because the labor was picking it up. There's no such thing as ownership. It's just agreed upon that it's for civil discourse. That's all it is.
Yeah, unless like
And
an
what you're
emperor, you
saying
want to
is-
be buried with your hammer.
And even then, you can dig that shit up.
Yeah.
And so what you're arguing is that there's something called natural rights, and you
Yes.
haven't qualified. You're making making
well,
logical leaps that you can't
well,
qualify.
the natural rights come out of the objective morality, yes, but that's another conversation. But
But
we can talk
it's
about the hammer
not.
if you like.
They're
No,
tied
it
in
is.
because when you say objective morality, you can't. There's nothing that you can do to prove that there's objective morality, because in each instance that you say something is objective, I can find you an antithesis of that, which disproves that it's objective, which disqualifies it from being objective.
Well, hold on. Maybe,
Okay, go
but let's go through it then. So, like, is
Okay.
there actually a society out there that does not have some variation of you shouldn't kill people? To it, and that's the point. Like, if it boils down to you versus them, then it. Oh shit! Hold on. I just accidentally I had your stream going, Jake. You back, Jake?
Yeah.
I think he's in, but I don't think his
I'm
his mic's up now. I think he's like rebooting up.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So yeah, like in a general
Can you
sense,
hear
like
me?
you have. Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
We can hear you now.
Welcome back, man.
Yep.
So
Back
yeah,
at it.
in a general sense, there are like all of these culturally constructed rules that provide really shoddy. Oh shit! God, my fire alarm's going off. Jesus Christ! Hold on.
You're dying.
Jesus. Corn's in the chat. Your stream down, G?
Cat stepped on the thing, so the cat's dead now.
I don't fuck with cats, bro.
I don't either. Really, it's not. I mean, I didn't know she was in here, and then she fucking stepped on me.
Oh man. Hey, shout out to all the corns in chat, man. Showing love. Sorry, man, about your cat.
Nah, sorry.
All right.
I-
What's the
I'm-
nigga name?
Her name is Ellie.
Ellie.
Yeah.
Sorry about
crazy.
that. My fire alarm was going off.
It's all right. It's because you spitting hot fire, bro. Go ahead.
You have a cat going, Jake?
The cat's good now.
Nice.
The cat's in a better place.
The cat's definitely gonna be fucking killed.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So okay, we're talking about the second order morality, right? Yeah. So. So basically, the idea is that you have a universal morality because every culture abides by it, but then you have this filter through where every culture uniquely has rules where they give themselves loopholes to break it.
But every
And
culture
I think
doesn't.
that those are ultimately just circular rules.
Yeah, but they're not the same because every culture has vastly different rules based specifically on their climate, their geography, the weather, like all sorts of all sorts of facets. So it's not universal at all. We have places where killing is a good thing, like an honor killing specifically is a good thing. It's not a loophole. It's not like a killing is bad. It's like, no, you should kill those people. Sometimes it's good to kill yourself under certain circumstances. Sometimes it's good to, like, the fact that we have a debate about death with dignity in here, or abortion, or the death penalty, or any of that. Like, these aren't loopholes because they're just because we tend to agree that wanton murder isn't a societal benefit doesn't mean that, like, that's like one thing that we barely agree on. Like, it's almost more like lip service than anything. Like, we
1,000%.
especially if it's like, if someone different comes into your community, you should probably kill them. Like, there's a reason that we have this evolutionary, like, response to people that look different. Like, we click up based on physical characteristics in the wild all the time. It's very, you can look at it at any school. It happens a lot. It's weird to consider it, oh, everyone agrees not to kill, when clearly that's not the case. Like, murder is just the thing that we think of. Like, rape is a great example of something.
I think I covered this while you were gone, but
no. But even then, what is your name, bro? It's
you can just call me. My name is Dev. That's my real name. Is
Dev. Okay, so
yeah.
so what you're doing is you're laying out instances in where societies deem killing okay, and what you're saying is they have it wrong and it's not okay. But on what grounds do you lay that claim?
Well, the universal morality that they all filter it through. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, what is the universal morality that they all, on what grounds does that stand?
Well, on the stand, it stands on the grounds that I mean, if every society has the same rule, then there's probably something about it that's functional. And
but we don't have
hold on. Yes, we do.
We do not have the same rules. What do you mean?
No, yes, we do. Yes, I just explained that we do.
But you didn't. You failed to explain that. What you're saying is every society has an aspect of not killing, right?
Yes, and they all have that shall not kill in some way. Yes.
Yeah, but every society has different instances where they deem killing okay. So you extrapolate from that. You extrapolate from that.
I can explain it again.
Well, no. Hold on. Let me still menu.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
You extrapolate from that there's a universal theme woven into all of our cultures that says don't kill. And what I'm saying is that's just an evolutionary trait. It's life is preferable to death.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I just said too. I know.
Our evolution tells us survive, right? And we're a communal people. We survive better in packs, and so we all collectively agree somehow that if we want to survive, killing probably isn't the best option, right? That's not a universal right. That's just logic in surviving.
Well, I didn't say it was a universal right. I said it was a universal morality, and I think you've
described
universal
morality.
But it's not morality because it's not a moral.
Described why it's.
But it's not. No. Because morality.
Let me actually respond. Hold on.
No.
Come on.
I've been going.
Let me reply. Let me jump in. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So when you say it's a morality thing, that implies that it's a feeling that we get based upon the ethics of the act, when really it's not the case. It's not about ethics. It's not a question of whether or not it's right or wrong to do a thing. It's literally a logic game plan. It doesn't make any sense for us to kill each other unless we have to. Like, that's not a moral imperative. It's literally just a function of our biology. It's not to prescribe it as something like moral. It gives it this weird sort of anthropomorphic agency that isn't the case when we describe human interactions.
It's the like you have to describe, okay, like morals is like the ascribing of rightness or wrongness to something.
Correct.
Us saying don't kill doesn't ascribe right or wrong. Like, that's the leap that you're making. But if you want to clarify that, I would love to hear it.
So I agree with most of the things that you guys have said here, but I think that those are proofs that it is actually an objective morality. I really do, and it's because it does come from biology. There is it's hold on, it's not just it's not just it's not just the fact that it's a logical conclusion or the fact that it's an emotional response. It's the fact that it's both of them. I think that it's something that has been around for a very long time evolutionarily, and it's functional and it makes societies better. I think you can make a very strong claim that that is some form of objective morality.
I don't think any culture agrees that not killing in general makes the culture better, which is why they do so much of it.
We literally kill all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yes, we have a complete history of us not living up to the ideal. Yes.
So wouldn't that literally disagree with the idea that it's a universal moral ought?
No.
All right.
Okay.
No, seriously, it wouldn't, because
what's your definition of objective?
Yep.
Of objective.
I was literally about to ask that.
I guess I'm you know what, if there is a problem with this argument, it's that I'm using objective and universal in the same way, so fair enough. So we can say universal morality then.
That's not objective though.
Okay, so then I'll change to universal. Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So if you think that morals aren't objective, because they're not, then you cannot say that there are natural rights, because you don't have a foundation for that argument to stand on. It just logically doesn't conclude.
No, because natural rights can still come out of universal morality, of course.
How?
For the same reason that I described.
If it's not, but it's not objective. If it's not objective, that means it's subjective, meaning not everybody sees it the same way.
Meaning it's not universal. Meaning it's not.
The only claim that you can have is you have to appeal to a superior moral substrate. That would have to be a god. And since I don't think that's the argument you're making,
right?
No,
your argument here is Jenga blocks, and you keep taking the foundation out.
1,000%.
Well, no, it's not, because I genuinely believe it's not a God argument, because I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist, but I genuinely believe that by the very nature that we are intelligent beings that can understand each other and that can feel pain, I think that yes, that is the underlying essence of all of this stuff. I think that what we're talking about is something that is definitely, in some ways, it comes from our biology, because
in all
being
ways.
Social animals. Okay, well then, fine, in all ways.
It has to be on your.
Right, you just agreed that we all three of us are naturalists. It 100% is biology.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be anything else.
Well, yeah, but sure, but at the same time,
Okay.
like the idea is that if social animals have evolved eventually into us over the course of millions of years, repeating these behaviors that create stable societies, at the very least, that is universal enough to me to.
Okay, so what society do you consider stable?
This works.
Then?
This functions.
Hold on.
Yeah. Sorry, what?
Go ahead.
Well, hold on before you go there.
Yeah. Okay.
What you've done
Mhm.
is you've taken your definition of moral and you've placed it like outside of the context of survival, and you've created this world, and then you're saying that anything that doesn't agree with this isn't natural rights. But you still, like I said, you have not qualified it. You cannot qualify it by your own definition of objective and universal. You cannot qualify it with anything. The only thing, like I said, you're making a theistic argument for morals without invoking a god, which is worse than a theist, because at least they have that. You're saying it's just here because it's here and giving no other qualification. I'm not
saying it's just here because it's here. I'm saying it's
here. Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm saying it's here because
hold on. That's what a universal right is. If we're not here, the morals are still there. Correct or not correct?
Okay. What I'm actually saying.
Hold on. Answer that question. I'm gonna let you cook, but answer that question.
Okay.
If human beings don't exist, if human beings do not exist, do morals still exist?
I'm thinking about it.
the struggle on this question is pretty eye-opening.
Mm-hmm. I think if human beings do not exist, do morals still exist? I think it's more like morals at that moment don't exist. But when, an intelligent species evolves, that process will create
Schrodinger's morals?
Almost, yeah.
So what you're saying is
He said that as a
morals don't
joke.
exist.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is
I'm
morals...
capable of laughing at myself, man. Don't worry about it.
No. So what you're saying, that's a funny fucking joke, Schrodinger's morals.
Mm.
What you're saying is morals don't exist without human beings. That is I don't like the folly in your argument is mind-boggling to me how you don't see that.
Let me fill it in then, because yes, I guess from that point of view, yes, morals don't exist without human beings. However, it is not human beings that create them. It's the evolutionary process that creates them.
The evolutionary process of
whom? Of whom or what?
Of life evolving over the course of millions of years.
Of whose life?
What are those lives?
And then creating, stable societies throughout various species.
And who creates societies?
Yes, humans create
societies. We did it, bro!
Hold on. No, just wait.
I'm happy for you.
We're not there yet. Because humans don't create the biology.
Oh, we're there.
No, humans don't create the biology.
Oh, we're there.
No, we're not, because humans don't create the biology.
You're gonna do mental backflips to stand on this line. But like if you watch this string back and write down each point and still come to the conclusion that you are standing on right now, there's just nothing for us to talk about. Because if you either have a sound logical argument, or you do not. And I don't know you from a Pancake family, and so it's like I have no dog in this fight. You made a claim, I'm just logically following it. It's just not logical. So as long as you can agree that it's not logical, or you can agree that you're making leaps in the logic, I'm cool with that. But to sit here and say that or to sit here and say that your logic is foolproof, it's just dishonest. It's really dishonest.
I never said it was foolproof.
Well, if it's not foolproof, then why do you think it's something to ascribe to?
Well, it's for what I was saying before. Like, yes, humans create societies, obviously,
so
but like,
is it just
humans? Let me finish a sentence, okay? Please. Humans don't create the societies, yes, but humans do not create the biological process that created them. That was just nature itself.
Sure, but like,
which is why I believe that this stuff is fundamentally natural.
But you said there are no rights without humans. Humans create humans.
No, I didn't. You said morality without humans.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Morality. Mm-hmm. You said humans create humans. So humans creating humans equals humans creating those constructs that you agreed are the birthing place of rights.
Like, it feels like this argument only exists to buffet some other belief that hinges on it. And it feels like a support lattice to some other thing that you also believe, and then without it, that'll fall apart too. And you're not happy with how that is incongruent, because you keep.
What else do I believe that we're talking about?
I don't know. I have no idea. What I'm saying is, it sounds like once you walked through this and we seem to understand that it's not a logical thing, and it's not foolproof. It seems like you need this somewhere else within your belief system. Otherwise, you'd quickly change and just be like, okay, that makes sense. You're right.
Because
I can actually speak to that if you like.
Okay, real quick. As soon as someone say this, because
go ahead.
One of the contingent things of your argument was you've pivoted from a objective moral truth to a universal moral truth, and so because you've had to change your definitions to massage your belief, should say everything about that belief. But go ahead.
Right, a load-bearing argument, if you will. Yeah, thank you.
Well, no, it's okay. The thing is, my argument is fundamentally a biological one, and it is that the biological evolutionary process has created in animals that are not intelligent, so not humans, but it's still created, stable like pack behaviors and stuff, right? And stable troop behaviors. And that eventually became stable human societies over the course of millions of years, and just trial and error in life and death.
Stability is
and I think that process Well, hold on. I think that process is the basis for the idea of some kind of universal morality. But at the same time, this is also this is where I think my own argument is weak.
Well,
This is this is an argument from what is it called? You're arguing
Ignorance.
based on not ignorance. No.
Yes, it is.
No, because this is what a lot of people believe. This is it's been written about in many books. No, it's just this is
Gotta be true.
what? No. Yeah, come on. I'm trying to think of the word. Damn it.
I don't have it.
It is an argument based on results. Just because the results are functional. What is that called?
Okay. Well, so what I was going to say, maybe this will lead you to the word. What I was going to say is when you use the term stable, I disagree with that.
Yes.
As a person who has studied history, and I think anyone that just kind of dabbles in, if you fuck around with anthropology at all, survivable is more apt than stable. Like, we don't have stable communities in the human existence.
Okay, yeah.
We've never had that.
Enough.
We don't have it now. Look at us. The most stability we have is half the country doesn't believe in reality. These are not paragons of stability. What it is we're capable of surviving. We have survivor bias here because of the fact that it has worked thus far. But if and when it eventually fails, you must admit that it was faulty. So how can
the chat has it. It's argument from consequence. Yes, this is fundamentally on some level an argument from consequence. The idea that because it worked, therefore it's correct.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to work forever because of the way that you
think so?
Because of the way I think people on the center and to the right apply this. They just think, well, it worked with capitalism, has been fine. We did it for 50 years. It did a good job. And then it's like, well, no, this is not how it works. You have to look forward and look towards automation, look towards X and Y and Z, and like look at this. And like we have to move from this way of thinking and move forward and adapt with the times, or we're gonna steamroll ourselves. It's gonna be like a piece of dough that rolls over itself. Like it's just not gonna work, and then we're just gonna get obliterated instead. Like, by our own mechanisms. And so it just doesn't make any sense to place this at the center of your moral worldview when it just doesn't make it literally kills itself. It's an Ouroboros instead of infinite, it literally eats its own tail until it eats its own fucking head. It just
that is I agree with you to a point. Like, as soon as we invent, Star Trek replicators, I think at that point socialism becomes functional. So it's like, okay,
you're talking about communism, if we had the not socialism. That'd be communism.
What do you mean?
That's post scarcity.
Well, hold on. What's your definition of socialism?
So socialism is the communal ownership of the means of production, as far as I'm aware.
Okay. And you're saying society is, well, I don't want to get into an economic debate with you. Let's just keep it at
It'd be fun, man.
Oh, it would, but there's so much you have to unpack. Like, I start that, and like I gotta hop off in a second. But I would love to have you back on the stream, bro, and we can delve into all of that shit.
Yeah. Listen. You've been, despite how this started, you've been very kind, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'm a nice guy, and Jake can be a nice guy.
Hey, are you a nice guy, Jake?
I just don't suffer the group you hang
he's
out.
A real nice guy, man.
The group the people that you intentionally engage with.
I would say.
Well, do you want me to introduce you to the lefties that I know instead?
No. What you should stop doing is role playing Nazis, bro. That's fucking weird.
So you're not. They don't cancel out. Like they're not protons and electrons. If you hang out with a Nazi, you're friends with a Nazi. Like, you can live like that if you want.
Who's the Nazi?
Again, Arch is probably the most Nazi person I'm aware of that you hang out with. And
you think so?
That I'm aware of, yeah. I think Arch is definitely.
What has he done?
I'll let y'all do that on y'all.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But yeah.
All right, I appreciate you coming on, Dev. I appreciate you coming on, bro.
All right.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate the talk.
No doubt, man. You take care.
You hanging up on all of us?
No. Oh, I gotta.
I know you do gotta go.
Yeah. I love you to death, brother. Though.
We'll talk. We'll talk. What, 8 Eastern anyway, though, so we're good.
Yeah, whenever you wanna stream and play some games or something like that, man, let's do that.
Oh, we don't have to yell at people all the time? You sure? Thursdays are my best days for
or
that.
each other.
Thursdays, hit me up on any Thursday and just let me know.
Whatever, Jake. You ain't gonna play no games with me, man.
Oh, I just said out loud that you could just hit me up any Thursday you're available, and we'll play a game with you.
Okay, easy plays. Dang, easy plays. All right, we're gonna raid my nephew who's playing Valorant more than likely, and he's better than me. But much love.
DANKEZPALYZ.
DANKEZPL. Fuck.
Yeah, we'll both do it.
Let me just.
We'll both do it.
Let me just double check.
Fuck it,
All right,
we'll
bet,
do it
bet.
live.
Let me just
No,
double
you're
check.
right. That's who it is. I
Fuck it,
recognize
we'll
this
do it
thing.
live.
So,
It's DANKEZPLAYS.
yeah, YZ, I believe.
Bet. See, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure. Hold on, let's just. Let me just double check. Hold on. What a soothing song this is in the background, bro.
Arch is literally a white supremacist, for the record, chat. He actually had to get rid. He used to be called Arch Warhammer, but he had to get rid of Warhammer because Warhammer didn't, who is a tabletop game, didn't want to be associated with him, and they cease and desisted his name because he's a Nazi. So thank everybody for hanging out.
It is YS. It's not Z. Just
it's
FYI.
not Z.
It's DANKEZPLAYS. Show my little nephew some love, man. Good kids, trying to do right, do things. Get wallpaper fire. Okay. All right, man. Love you lots, Jake. See you tonight, fam.
Yes, sir. You too.
D&D. All right, brother.
Enjoy your evening.
I will do that.
And you guys enjoy. Thanks.